So in opposition on defense, a lot of times at the end of the game, this is kind of how the end of the game feels is you think you've lost, you're only the dark king left, the other person's got a pawn, they're marching down the board. Good thing is if you study up on opposition defense, spend about 10 minutes with it, you really can prevent a checkmate and force a stalemate. The number one rule is in the game as everyone's marching down, make sure you get your king out in front of the king and pawn. If you can, you want to be the person who puts a king here before the other king gets there. If the king moves there now, and you put your king there, now this king has to move to this side. So he's going to choose, let's say he moves over to the side, because you force him to. You just keep following around. You can see how this would go. And slowly you're going to get your 50 moves. You know, we've already got 3, 4. So now dark has to figure out something else to do. White could move. Let's see, he can move his king back a square. As soon as he moves his king back a square, always, if he can, move up and match the king. So we just match the king again. The king can't move back in front. King can move behind. The king moves behind. Just see how we're matching the king right up there. Now, in this case, we went up here. We moved back a square. King moves over. King moves over. You see how this is not going anywhere. So white will eventually try something else and move the pawn down. If he moves the pawn down, put the pawn out in front of the, put the king out in front of the pawn. King comes back to the middle again. If you don't know where to go from here, just always move back a square, because you'll see what happens. He'll come over to the side again. Come over to the side again. Well, he'll try moving the pawn down. Move back in front. King moves back. See how we're always staying out in front here? Real quick. All right. So let's move this to this a little faster now. The king moves back. King moves over the side. You move over the side to block. You bring the pawn down again. Move your king back in the middle. King comes back in the middle. At this point, you always move back. King moves to the side. You always come back over what's called opposition, where these two kings are matching up. This piece will go in there. I'll just show it right there. You move the pawn down again. And if you see what's going to happen here, it's going to be a stalemate. You move back to the middle. The only options they have here is either move the king here or move the king over here, and you get take the pawn. King over here is take the pawn. Now, it is just kind of a dance sequence, but you got to remember, these are children. So if your kid can learn this defense, if it's that far down, they're going to make a mistake in most cases, and you will get a stalemate out of this.